Hey, hey. Okay, so I have some things I want to talk about. Yesterday was a really busy day. We had a lot of things happen. Charlotte went on our very first ever slumber party sleepover, which I've been really adamantly against up to this point. And I'm just like a huge advocate that your kid is your kid, right? And you only can control what happens in your own house. And so, I don't know, having been one of those kids that would go on slumber parties, sleepovers, and something kids would gang up and be mean, and then I would be sad or homesick or whatever, I was always the one calling my parents in the middle of the night, and I'd be like, yeah, I need to come home. So Charlotte had her first slumber party last night. I was really nervous about it. It went well, but this ties into what I wanted to talk about today, about the whole like creepy movies and 50 Shades of Grey and the things that you expose yourself to, the things you let into your house. You have to guard your mind, and you have to kind of guard your children's mind. So Charlotte was going on her slumber party last night. I got invited to go see 50 Shades of Grey, which we're going to, or 50 Shades Dark, or whatever it is, 50 Shades of something. And then hubby rented a movie. What was the movie Daddy rented for you last night?
It was
Miss Pellegrin's House for Demonic Children, or something like that?
For peculiar children.
Oh, okay. Peculiar Children, Demonic Children.
It started off so creepy.
Okay. Well, can you go out? Because I'm going to talk about some grown-up stuff. Thanks, babe. So hubby rented that he was going to show the younger two while I was off watching what I was going to be watching, and Charlotte was going to be at her slumber party doing I don't know what. And I just felt so off last night. Part of it, I think, is the whole 30 and the sugar detox, and I've been really flat and just feeling kind of melancholy and weird. But I was thinking a lot about it because I felt really conflicted about going to see 50 Shades Darker. I know, it's a very controversial thing, and I want to hear what you think about it. I asked Marshall, like, do you think this is a total double standard? Because when it comes to porn, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it if it's not including me. If it's not including me, then it's replacing me, and then that makes me feel really uncomfortable and weird. So this has been kind of, like, it's always been the rule. But then I was going to go see this movie, and I was like, I don't know about this. It seems like a total double standard. And, I don't know, my girlfriends were like, it's not porn. And I was like, well, I don't know. There was some things in it. So I was just curious, what do you think? Do you think that you have to really guard your mind and your house and what you bring in? Will that affect your life? I am a huge believer in whatever's going on up here is totally going to manifest itself in your environment. And I don't know, I just felt really weird about it. And yeah, but Charlotte had a good slumber party. Hubby turned on the movie, which I was adamantly, the kids knew they weren't supposed to watch it. They would keep asking me to check it out, and I was like, no, like, we're not going to watch it. It's just like once you say things, you can't unsay them. When you see things, you can't unsee them. So why would you expose yourself to creepy stuff? I've never been a scary movie person. I'm just not. Once that shit's in there, it's in there. And it's so freaking easy to have it come out and freak you out in the middle of the night. And who gets woken up when little kids have nightmares? Yeah, it's me. So he had it on, and I was really not happy that he chose that movie. And yeah, I got a text pretty shortly soon after that it was not appropriate for small children. Well, no shit. Listen to your wife next time. But anyways. Okay, so I'm going to see what you guys are saying about this. Okay, so Christina Lopez, it's a total double standard. And I was surprised how many men were in the theater last night at 50 Shades Darker. I haven't seen the first one. I read the books. Honestly, I wasn't that, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm, like, wild and crazy, but I didn't feel like it was like, gasp. I don't know. People get so weird. Everybody gets all, like, flipped out about stuff. Don't support 50 Shades, books or movies. Not a fan of promoting that kind of treatment of women. Well, yeah, I could see your perspective. At the same time, I don't feel like she was a willing participant. And if you're a willing participant, then, you know, it goes both ways. So, anyways, I would love to hear what else you have to say about it. I just think you really have to guard your bubble and the things you bring in, because it will manifest in your house. And, you know, coming from a spiritual perspective, like, you don't want creepy shit in your house. So I am hoping that the little ones didn't see too much of the creepy movie, that they're not super freaked out about it. They keep talking about the dead eyes or something with the grandpa. I don't know. I'm like, no. I know grandma was talking about the book to them or something, so we've been talking about this for a while. I'm not into stuff like that. I'm not into, like, weird, mystical, like, it's just not my cup of tea. To each their own, and you can do what you want with your kids, but I'm like, these are my kids, and I only get one shot at this. I only get one shot to raise them. I only get one shot to help grow them as amazing, positive little people, and I want to guard that. So slumber parties, I'm still on the fence about it. And we had a conversation about it on the way home from picking Charlotte up, and Shani was like, but it's not fair, I can't do it. And I was like, well, from here on out, it's going to be a case-by-case basis. If there's more than 2 kids, I don't think I'm okay with that, because we all know how it works out. The whole, like, tribe mentality. If there's 3, somebody feels like the outsider and things get weird, and especially if there's older siblings, some kids are exposed to other stuff. So I don't know, maybe their parents are letting them watch 50 Shades or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, so that was interesting, that movie, but just in time for Valentine's Day. All right, my friends, make today fantastic and amazing, and you are the keeper of your head. So what you bring in, it does matter, and you have to be careful about all that. So make today fantastic and amazing. If you're interested in how my Whole30 is going, I updated today over on my Sarah Nelson Health and Fitness page. Check it out. See what you think.